Hey there guys, and welcome back to Adventures in JP Season 2. Continuing where we left off last time with our final ELI Method test. I have finished bonding up my teams. It took a little bit, but not as long as it did for the previous account, probably because this account has slightly fewer R's on it. But as you can see, we've got all full flowers all across the whole board, and it's very exciting. Even the Hanayo UR didn't take that long. Again, because this team has fewer R's, and also this Hanayo appears on all three teams, so she gets bond no matter what song is playing. I should probably switch the position of that Hanayo to the edge there. That's an artifact of auto team building. Okay, so since all the teams are built up and bonded up, by the way, I suppose I should tell exactly what I did with that. I played my dailies. I ended up playing, we had Soldier Game and Nawatobi last time. I ended up playing Soldier Game on easy once or twice, and then the normal and hard of Soldier Game to get the love gem. And I did the same for Nawatobi. What I regret about Nawatobi is I wasn't even paying attention to whether I got a gem out of that, so I still don't know if you do or not. But that's what I did. And then I waited for the day to flip over. And my dailies were Nico Puri and Mermaid Festa Volume 2, and I did the same thing on both of those, easy, normal, hard to get the gem on each, and then I just played Nico Puri to bond up my Smile team and right quick. Actually, the Smile team I think was almost all bonded up by the time I finished playing easy, normal, hard of Nico Puri. I also played a bit more of... Oh, where did we go? There we go. I played a bit more of Bokura no Live. I'm up to 12 plays. So I just need to play it 8 more times to get my full 20 out of that. And then to finish off, I waited for the day to flip over one more time. That's today. And I played a little bit of Garasu no Hanazano and Otomishiki. And I'm going to play the normal and hard of each of those to get the gems as well. So you got 6 gems out of 3 days worth of daily songs. Not too bad. And then after that, we are going to go for the unlock chain, I believe. And then while we do that, we will be changing out 2 slots on each of our teams for ends that we can bond up. On each team, I think we do actually have a few ends that I did get side stories out of. Like, I was able to idolize this N who was able to stay on the team. Did I get one on this one? Yeah, the Rue on here, I was able to idolize, and she's staying on the team. Same with Kasane. Actually, this Kasane is very strong and seems to be on every test team that I've had so far. I don't know what it is about this Kasane. She's like, I think she's an event N even, so she shouldn't appear that often. But I always seem to be able to idolize her very quickly, and she always has a spot on the team. So if you see this cool Kasane card, be prepared. She's probably going to be on your team. Anyways, so yes, I idolized them. And as I was gathering ends to fill up the inventory, and the inventory is of course now full, I was doing a little bit of idolizing, and I stopped at about the 10th N that I wanted to idolize. So I ended up idolizing about 4 Smile, 3 Pure, and 3 Cool, just to even it out. And then I left the rest that were idolizable just as pairs that I can get back to later. And again, as I was explaining in an episode or 2 ago, then I will probably mass idolize once I get over 99 presents in the box, which is not too far off, honestly. Now that we've started bonding, that probably will be able to start very soon. So let's get our bonding pairs on our teams. One convenient thing is when you auto-build a team, let's auto-build a Smile team again, just to be safe. And let's move that Hana to the edge again. The way the team auto-arranges is your strongest goes in the center automatically, and then the rest of the team is arranged from strongest to weakest going from left to right. So the strongest Smile card I have is this initial Honoka, who I got a double of as a song reward, so yeah, I was able to idolize her as well. And then after that, the second most powerful Smile card is the Christmas Pana you are, and then after her is the Smile Ellie and Umi, and Yumi and Rebecca, and then the weakest ones are the Yukari and Rue, and I don't need that double Rue on there because we need one of those to idolize. So where is she? Let's organize by a Smile. Okay, let's switch one of those Rues out for... That Yukari is a double as well. Let's switch her out for Sakura. There we go. So, Rue and Sakura are the two weakest in the top 9. So we can swap those out for 2 of our idolized ends. So out of these, we've got 3 idolized Smiles right now, so I can pick Reina. And I can pick Haruka. Cool. And then the Pure team can do the same. Yukari is one of our weaker Pures in the top 9. So we can swap her out. Oop, wrong screen. Probably should have stayed there. Okay. So we can swap her out for Christina. And her out for Akemi. And then the same for Cool. Why am I even doing that? For Sachiko and Rakshata for Yuri. Perfect. So now we've got 2 idolized ends who can be bonded up on each team. And even Sachiko already has a bunch of bond because she was on the Cool team for a while. So Cool shouldn't take that long. Alrighty. So what am I going to do next? I think the next order of business is I am going to play normal and hard of each of these 2 dailies once. And then I'm going to play my remaining 8 plays of Boku no Live. Probably I'll play maybe... Oh, how am I going to break this up? Because I really don't want to play 8 in a row. Maybe I'll play 2 to start, and then I'll continue the unlock chain for a bit. Maybe play these 2, and then go back and play 2 more of these. You can do this however you want, however you feel most comfortable. You could just mainline all of your remaining plays at once, if that's easier for you. Or you could break it up, like 1 Boku no Live, and then 1 next song, and then 1 Boku no Live, and then the song after that. I think I'm gonna go 2, and 2, and 2, and 2. Alrighty. That should probably get me through Boku no Live at a decent clip, and still get me through the unlock chain. Okay, I guess I will see you when I get through the easy unlocks, or if something interesting happens before then. There we go, so we got our next 2 max bonded ends, so that's cool. Well, pure more like. I feel like I've made that joke a million times over the course of my love-living career. Alright, so we've got them. We can quickly read their side stories, or, I don't know, maybe I'll save them for... Well, there's no point in saving them right now, really, I guess. So let's just quickly skip through those. Yay, I love your little cute pink dress, Akemi. That's one of your really cutest ends. Okay. And then Christina should be really quick. The initial side stories are always super quick. Perfect. Okay, so we got them out of the way. And now we can switch them out of our team. First, before we do that, I guess we have to idolize a couple more pure cards to do that. So what have we got? Not too much, actually. Let's see. Well, I guess let's go from back to front, because that's what I usually like to do. Start with the weaker ends and weed them out early. I'm sorry that's callous, but I'm sure someone dark and mysterious like Sakuya doesn't mind. So let's analyze quickly. Can I just say how much I really love initial idolized Sakuya, by the way? Definitely one of the best ends all around. And the next one, I guess Kanata, sure, why not? Even though I'm not as big a fan of her idolized form, not really a fan of the whole, like, fetishy nurse thing. Okay, so we got 2 more out of there. And that frees up a couple spots in the inventory, as will this. So we're gonna switch them out. Sakuya and Kanata. And then they are safe to be practiced away. So I'm gonna... who do I want to feed to? I guess I'm just gonna feed them to my Maki rare, since she's my team leader right now. Team leader. Oh yes, and I have to unfavorite the ones that we just max bonded. So, Christina, and well, I guess Rue. No, Rue is on our team. We don't have to get rid of her. Akemi, right? You were the other one, and we can practice them both to Maki. Maki seems very unsure about this whole process. I know. The whole, like, idol cannibalization thing has always been weird, Maki. I totally agree with you. You and your purple pajamas. Okay, so that's all good. We should have 4 spaces in our inventory now. Yeah, 98 out of 102. Okay. Which means we can go diving in our present box. Oop, and get a love gem. Hooray. I'm pretty sure I got one at the end of that song there. Okay, diving in our present box. I guess I should probably first and foremost go looking for the cards that I've already idolized. I should start my list so I know who I'm looking for. Okay, so I've added those 5 to my list, and who else have I idolized? Okay, so other than my R's, I've also got Maria, Haruka, Reina, Kanata, Sakuya, Sachiko, and Yuri. Okay. Perfect, got it. And you don't have to do this exactly the way I'm doing it, by the way. If this seems like too meticulous for you and you don't think you'd be able to keep track, or you think you'd just get bored or whatever, you can manage your ends however you see fit, however you think works for you. I'm just sharing my method because after having done many tests, this seems to be what's working for me. So maybe if you're not sure what to do, this could be like a potential option for you. So I've got my list of ones that I'm looking for. I'm going to start looking at my smile list and look through the smile ends in here. Oh look, there's a Reina right there. So we can pull her out. And there's a Rebecca. Okay, and I got to the end of the present box. So just 2 smiles. And the benefit to doing this for the first little while, by the way, is it familiarizes you kind of with what's in your present box. You kind of get used to seeing the same cards over and over again, and you kind of like have a vague idea of which cards you have, so it becomes quicker to search for them as you go on. Alrighty, now let's go through Pure. Oh good, that's convenient. There were no more in those colors, and I think I only had 4 slots to work with anyway. Perfect. So now, I think I'm gonna sell the duplicates I get just to recoup some of the G I get from practicing and special practicing. So let's sell off those. You can make sure that they're the right ones because in the bottom left-hand corner you can see they have either just the little green box or a green bow box and the pink flower box. That indicates that they're idolized, the green icon, and the pink icon indicates that they're max bond. Really, the only one that matters is the green idolized box, unless you accidentally got rid of an idolized card, in which case you should remind yourself that you did that so you can get that card back at some point. But we haven't done that, so we don't have to worry about it. So let's practice these ones away. Well, sell them away. There we go. Out of the club, girls. We've already got you. Doesn't matter. Okay, and now we've got our 4 slots again, and we can go through the cool cards. There we go. Perfect. So that wasn't too many to deal with. That's a benefit of doing a little bit of this to begin with before going into the mass idolizing. It's a little more manageable to start with, but once you start getting into the thick of things, it's just tedious. So at that point, once it starts to feel tedious to manage your ends this way, that's probably about the time that you could start just mass idolizing everything. And I just realized too, going through your cards like that... Oh, right, I forgot a key step. After I've finished pulling out the duplicates, I'm going to go in and look for another idolizable pair that I can bring out and replace the one that I just got rid of. Or at least a card that will go with maybe one of the singles that I've got. Let me just have a quick glance at the pure singles that I've got. Oh, there's an Akemi in there that I don't need. I didn't realize that. I guess I can sell that. Oh, and there's spares there. I guess I can go through here and get rid of these duplicates. There we go. So glad for these icons, by the way. It makes it so easy to see which duplicates you have. So that's 5 more slots. It means we can get total of about, what is it, 9? Yeah, 9 9 more cards. Okay, so let's see. Have a quick look here. And I'm not going to be able to remember offhand what all of the cards are that need partners, but just having a glance helps. I can remember at least a few of them just by face and be like, oh, I think I need that one. I'll pull that one out. And this, I believe, is how I got my inventory full of idolizable cards the previous time, and that's how I was able to do a mass idolization to begin with. Now it's coming back to me. Alrighty, I think I'm going to pull out, since I have 9 slots, I think I'm going to pull out about 4 or 5 pures. And then maybe 2 smile and 2 cool? Does that sound alright? I think so. Okay, I just went back and confirmed that I have this Yuka, so I'm gonna grab Yuka. I believe I have this Ayumi and this Minami. And I think I am also going to pull out 2 of this Rebecca, because I see that I have 2 of them in the box. Okay. I think that should be good. And let's organize by pure, so I can see which ones are stronger. This looks like the stronger of the Rebeccas. There we go. Oh, and this new Yuka is stronger than the previous one, so unfavorite the older one, and stop sliding back the other way. There we go. Let's favorite that one. There we go. I did the same for cool and smile. I saved you the trouble of watching all that. You've probably already seen too much end management for today, so let's get out of there. Alrighty, and then I think I still have to play... Yeah, I've gotten to the normals on both of these. I know, my skills at Garasu no Hanazuno are so great, you guys. And then I'll play these hards and continue. See you shortly. Okay, so I've stopped about here. I've unlocked up to Sunny Day's song. I finished my plays of... No, wait, did I finish my plays of Boku no Life? I don't think I actually finished them yet. I still have 4 more to go. I forgot to keep doing them. Oh well, I will do them eventually. But the point being, I have unlocked up to Sunny Day's song. I've also been playing the main story and unlocking a chapter of that whenever that unlocks, so that I can play the songs that you get through the story, like Natsuro Egao, and Mermaid Festa, Mogyuta Love, Aishiteru Banzai. So why did I stop at Sunny Day's song? Well, you can see in the rankings, the score rankings, all of these are SSCs, and Sunny Day's song, well, one of these things is not like the other. And also, you see my love gem count is 53, which is higher than that magic number. So, here's my thoughts. Getting an ASC on Sunny Day Song means that our teams at this point are starting to not cut it for the higher level songs. And the aim of the game in the ELI Method is to get more stuff per LP that you spend. It's easier to do that the stronger your teams are, because when you first play a song, you'll get all the rewards for playing it and getting a high score on it, as opposed to getting a lower score and getting fewer rewards. So, at this point, we might want to beef up our team a bit. Up to now in the tests, I've sort of avoided upgrading the teams at this point because we've already spent so much time bonding up our existing teams, and I don't really want to take a break to rebond new members. But I think at this point, the rewards probably would outweigh the need for bonding. So, and we probably still would keep some of our existing rares on the team, so we wouldn't have to rebond those. So I think, yeah, at this point, I think we can do our first 10+1 scout, which is exciting. You get to see a scout this episode. And whatever we get, we can add to our teams, and then we can take a break and play some daily songs. I might wait for the day to switch over, because I am not in the mood to play Otomishiki and Garasu no Hanazuno again. But you don't have to wait, you can just go straight into whatever songs are available if you want to. But yeah. Stronger teams, better teams, yay. Also, since it's an event right now, it's the Challenge Festival at the moment, and ideally you're doing the ELI Method during a token event, so there's a limited scouting box on, and that's where we're going to get our guaranteed SR. The main scouting box is not guaranteed at the moment, so we're not going to scout in the main box. So we are going to scout in the Lily White box, And if you were doing this during a token event, you would also probably scout in whatever limited box you've got at the time, unless you just absolutely hate that box for some reason, in which case, by all means, hold off. If you're doing this outside an event, scout in the main box all you want, but yeah. So we're gonna scout Lily White. We're gonna get ourselves an Umi, a Rin, or a Nozomi SR, or more maybe? I'm only gonna set my expectations for one. I'm going to expect the guaranteed SR. In fact, I almost kind of want just the guaranteed SR, because it might make for more normalized testing. So, you know what? Let's hope for the expected. 1 SR, 1 SR, 1 SR, 1 SR, 1 SR, 1 SR. Yeah! 1 SR! Woo! When was the last time you heard someone cheer for that? Yay for normalized testing! This is the expected result. Oh, yay! I think we got 2 of that pure Rin. Oh, and that Umi. Yay! Oh, Wedding Nozomi. That's a pretty card. One that the Smile team will appreciate. Okay, so yeah, we got a double of that cool Umi and that pure Rin. And I think we can probably use some of these other ones. Our teams are going to be very, very Lily White. And I'm very happy about that, because Lily White is awesome. I think I have decided even that they are probably my favorite of the subunits. It used to be BB, because Cutie Panther is the business. But overall, I like more songs from Lily White's discography, so Lily White all the way for me, I believe. And yay, her dress is so nice in this card. Would kill to have not only that dress, but also that figure. Jesus. Alrighty. So let us see what we can do. I think now is also a good time to do some mass idolization, because we have reached 99 presents. Just switch the order. I've noticed, by the way, I didn't notice this before, but that arrow in the top right-hand corner is very handy if you want to get to the end of your present box very quickly. Changes the order in which everything is, well, ordered. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I've been slowly plugging away at my ends. Obviously, I have been, otherwise I wouldn't be at 50 gems. So I've been plugging away at my ends and replacing them with idolizable copies that go with the ends that I've already got. So now I have a bunch more idolizable pairs than I had before, except in Cool, because we haven't played many Cool songs yet. So I'm going to idolize everything we've got at this point, and then fill the team slots with our Rs and our SR, and then pull out even more idolizable copies and fill up our inventory, and I think that'll be good for today. So I'll see you shortly once I've done all that, and then give you a send-off for the day. There we go, I got all those ends idolized, lots of Smile and Pure, a little bit of Cool, and then these are the remaining singles that we've got. And of course, at the very top here, we've got all our rares and our super rare. Yay, this is exciting. And then, since they're a little less common than normals, I'm also going to show you the idolizations of our rares. So let's idolize our initial Umi. Yay! The unidolized forms of the initial R's are a little, well, you know, but the idolized forms are quite nice. I still really like the art on these Natsuhiro Egao cards. Well, the same doesn't really go for most of the Mogyuto Love cards, unfortunately, but the Rin one is pretty nice. There we go. Perfect. And are there... Yes, there's one more. I believe... Is this the Snow Halation Umi? I hope it is. Oh no, it's the Bokura wa Ima no Nakade Umi. That's a mouthful. Okay, awesome. So we've got our idolized rares. I think we're all set. Oh yes, I accidentally pulled out one N too soon. Speaking of which, I'm going to pull out a few more N's now. I pulled out all the ones that I could for practice, the duplicates already, after idolizing everything and adding all those cards to my list, and then going through the present box and seeing which ones I had and could practice away, sell away, whatever. But now I'm going to go through and add ones that I either have a single copy of already, or that I have doubles of in the present box. Probably, I think I have about... How many slots do I have left that I can use? About 14. So divided by 3, that's about 5 cards per attribute, maybe a little less in some. Okay. Let's do this then. Okay, so we're all set here. We've got a few more idolizable pairs of each attribute now, so that's good. So it should be good to remake our teams again and see what we come up with. So let's get Smile, Pure, and Cool. There we go. So now, of course, the SR Nozomi is our center on the Smile team. And we've got mostly rare still, but still some pretty good ends, looks like. Okay, well, let's move some stuff around. Let's get this, let's get Hana out on the edge where she was before. We're probably gonna keep this extra initial Honoka for now, even though she's a duplicate, just because she's pretty strong. We'll get rid of her later, maybe. And to make sure that everything is all right. Good, good. That's all the artists we can fit on the team. Okay. This Rebecca is all bonded up, so we don't need her on the team anymore. Actually, since she's max bonded, we can just completely practice her away in that case. So that's good. Well, let's get a bonding pair on here. Yumi is already a pretty good start to that. Or actually, do we need that right now? You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to leave it as is, just for making bonding purposes a little easier. This Rebecca's already max bonded, so that means she doesn't have to have bond points going her way. And more bond points go to the rest of our team. Okay, that makes sense. How many members actually do need to bond up at this point? So initial honkers again. That one's fine. SR, of course. Okay, so the SR, the Nozomi, half of this Umi, and then half of Yumi. Okay, so not too bad, actually. Probably won't take too long. What about Pure? Again, move Pana, and then maybe let's get Nozo out over here. And do we have to keep Nozo on the team? Yep, no way any of those ends are beating her. Okay, so she has to stay on the team. And Cool. Surprised that Nozomi makes it again. Maybe I shouldn't be. Oh, in this case, actually, what is Wedding Nozomi's skill? Oh, she's a scorer, so she probably should stay on the team even if that Kasane there would have beaten her with the 10% note bonus. I don't even know if she would, honestly. Yeah, no, she wouldn't even. Alright, yeah, so that's fine. Okay, and then, yeah, we won't worry about bonding pairs until everything is all bonded up again. Alright, I think that was everything then, because I'm just, other than that, just going straight back into the daily songs. Again, not these ones, I'm going to wait for the data flip again. That's another benefit of waiting for the data flip over. You don't have to wait as many times as I wait, but that's what I like to do. Okay, other than that, what else? There was one more thing. I wanted to say. Oh, yes. A little burb told me that one of my youngest fans is having a birthday today, the day this episode is going up. So I just wanted to say a very special happy birthday to Pika Puff. Thank you so much for all the comments you've been leaving lately, and thank you very much for watching and enjoying, and I hope you have a very lovely birthday. And that's what I'm going to close out on today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on Wednesday for more with this team, and we'll probably wrap up this test by the end of the week. After that, we will move on to more Idol Lock, so that should be fun. Alrighty, see you guys on Wednesday. Goodbye!